am Nicole from Chiromox, and I'm back with another video segment from our social media video series. This time, we are talking about social media and beyond. So today what I want to cover is more than just social media as this one facet of your marketing strategy, but how it plays into your overall marketing strategy. This is mostly to wrap up our social media. You've made it through 3 videos now, and this is the last one. And I want to tie it all together. Let's get into it. So first of all, the main point I want to make is that social media works the best when it's not just a standalone piece. If you're out there posting daily with the right frequency, with the right variety of content, with the right tone of voice, that's all great. But it's not as powerful when that's all you're doing and you're not incorporating it into a larger marketing strategy. And that's kind of the overall idea that we're going to focus on as we're going through these 5 points here. So keep that in the back of your mind. So this title here is Social Media and. So let's talk about how social media plays into all these different pieces. So, social media and your website. This is probably the easiest one because we've already talked about your website being a great place to find content for your social media. Posting your services on social is a good way to, again, broaden the reach, tell more people about who you are and what you do. And when you're incorporating both your website and your social, then you're letting the strengths of each play off each other. Let's move on to the blog, which is really, as we know, a facet of your website, but it's important enough that I wanted to give it its own point. So with your blog, if you're doing it correctly, you are posting to your blog frequently and consistently. Sounds kind of like social, doesn't it? And actually, if you want to learn more about blogging best practices, stay tuned because in a video series coming up, probably not this next video series, but the series after that, we'll be going into more detail. So we'll come back to this. But for just an overview right now, you should be sharing your blog posts to your social. Again, getting it to a larger audience, we can't say that enough. But then also because if you're posting the same information, it's continuity. Your clients and your potential clients know that they can expect the same kind of information on your social and on your blog and on your website. Let's move on to this one that I'm hiding here. Email marketing. So email marketing is another good way to actually incorporate all of these. That if you are putting information about your website into your email newsletters and also sharing your recent blog post on your email newsletters, and let's say you're sharing then some like fun facts or sharing an image from the holiday party that you guys are having in a couple weeks, that could also go out on social. I also see sometimes people just post the entire newsletter, and that works. It's a pretty quick and simple way to do it. I think sometimes they even have like an auto post to social option on services like MailChimp. But I would recommend extending your content further and pulling out the individual pieces of your e-newsletter, any emails that you're sending out, and having that be multiple posts instead of just one giant post. On social, it's easier for people to digest small bits of information, and that way you have more posts lined up rather than the just one. Okay, let's go on to your SEO. How does social media tie into SEO? You may not have thought of this to begin with, but posting on social does have a minute effect overall on your SEO and your rankings on search engines like Google. But also the bigger part is this word here, credible links. So if people see your content, say from your blog or a post from your website, and then they see it on social and then they link back to it because they thought it was interesting and they shared it on their own website, that is another credible link that majorly helps your social. So again, they all kind of tie in together that if you're getting out your content and your services, your message to a broader audience, more people are going to see it, And going to the last point, it extends your brand presence overall. So I saved the best for last. How does social media tie into your brand? We talked about this too in a couple of our blog posts on karamox.com, so you can head there if you want to read more in depth. But what I'll say here is every time you post on social, you want to be furthering the brand that you have established. So there should be, as I've said before, continuity. You want the same message that's on your website and on your blog and in your email marketing to match the brand that you are putting out on social. Because when you have that one cohesive, strong presence, that extends your overall digital presence on the internet as a whole. So social is a really good opportunity because more than likely you're posting on social more frequently than you are on your blog or sending out a newsletter if you're doing it multiple times a day, multiple times a week. So it's a good opportunity to each and every time that you post to strengthen your brand. So keep that in mind as you go forward, remembering social media and beyond, that it's not just social media in a bucket here, it's spread out throughout your overall marketing. I think that's going to do it for this topic. I've had a really good time talking to you about social media. This is, as I said, the last video for this series, and we're actually going to take a little bit of a hiatus because of Christmas and New Year's and the holidays, but we'll be back at the beginning of January with a new series, and teaser, it's about this right here, so you don't want to miss it. Come back. In the meantime, have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in 2017. Bye!